Hello guys, this is Prime Concept. Now here I want to analyze the concept of rotation of a plane mirror. Rotation of a plane mirror. Now rotation, the idea is talking about the angle of reflection when a plane mirror is rotated, right? And the concept says that if a plane mirror is turned or rotated through an angle theta, right, then the angle of reflection for that plane mirror would be rotated or turned through 2 times theta. If you rotate, you have a plane mirror aligned at a certain way, and then you decide to rotate it or tilt it at an angle theta, right? That the angle of reflection would also rotate or turn through 2 times that angle theta. So let's prove this mathematically. Now, if I have a plane mirror like this is my plane mirror. I'm calling here P, calling here Q. That's the length of my mirror, right? Now, I would have, of course, my normal. Let me call it N. This is my normal. Then I like this. This is my angle of incidence, right? Then I will have this as my angle of reflection, right? Yes. So I'm going to call this A, I'm going to call this center O, I'm going to call this B. Now, according to the idea of rotation, if I rotate this, let me still reduce my angle so I can have enough space. So this is this. So I have B, I have A. Now, if I rotate my plane mirror, if I decide to turn it right through an angle theta, say this is how my plane mirror is now. This is my plane mirror. This is my plane mirror, and this is now the new position P prime, Q prime. This is the new position, and the angle through which I turned it or rotated it is this angle theta. According to this principle, it's saying that the angle of reflection would also rotate through twice that angle. So if I've done this, I'm maintaining this incident ray, right? What it simply means is that automatically, because I've rotated this mirror, I should have a new position of normal. Because your normal is always the line that makes an angle of 90 degrees with your surface. So I should have a new position for my normal, which I will call N prime. So this is the new position. Of course, I should have a new position for reflection, which I will call B prime. Right? Yes. So you would notice that when you turn this, it's increased by theta. Of course, you'd expect your normal to shift, your new normal to shift by an angle theta from the previous normal. So this is what you will have. So that if you consider this diagram very well, you notice that this whole angle, which is now the angle between your incident ray and your new normal, is what? I plus theta. And of course, you expect this whole angle too, because from the law, we said law of reflection, the angle of incident should be equal to the angle of normal, so angle of reflection. So you also expect this whole angle to be what? I plus theta, right? Yes, from that law. Now let's consider angle A, AO, and B. AOB, that is to say this whole angle AOB. What is it going to be? Of course, it's going to be I plus I, right? Which is actually 2I. So angle AOB is 2I. So watch it very carefully, since from here to here is I, which you can see, because from the normal to the reflected, initial reflected is also I. So it means this total angle should be what? 2I. On the other hand, angle AOB prime. So B prime, that is to say this, and this. So this whole angle now, this whole angle, what do you expect it to be? Of course, you're very correct. You expect it to be 2 times I plus theta. So that when you open this, you would get what now? 2I plus 2 theta. Now, what are we trying to find? The angle of reflection. We said that when you rotate a plane mirror through an angle theta, the reflected angle will be rotated through 2 theta. So what is the reflected angle? This place. This is your reflected ray. This is your initial reflection. So you want to know what this angle will turn through, right? So we're trying to find angle B prime, O, and B. So this is the angle we're trying to find. So, but if you check, this small angle here is going to be this total angle AOB minus this small angle is going to be AOB prime minus AOB. So it's going to give us this small part. So this is going to be angle AOB prime minus AOB. So this is how we can get this angle. So if I do that, what is AOB prime? AOB prime is what? 2I plus 2 theta minus what is AOB? AOB is what? 2I. So if I do this subtraction, you will notice that 2I would fizzle 2I, and then you'll be left with what? 2 theta. So this confirms our claim that whenever a plane mirror is turned through an angle theta, the reflected angle would also rotate through an angle of what now? Twice that angle, 2 theta. So as a simple problem, if I rotate my plane mirror through an angle of 15 degrees, by how much would my reflected angle turn? Solve this, put the answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to my channel. If you're getting value from my videos, like my videos, comment, share with your friends so that they can also benefit. Remember, this is Prime Concept. Watch out for the next video. Thank you.